tried this over and over again. I welcome you to my live. I welcome you to my page. I welcome you to Sharitha's world. Just hope that YouTube don't freeze up on me. It crashed. The last video I did, it crashed. The video was titled, it was the lighting, the light. I'm just trying to find, and this is not working out here for me today. I come out here as early as I can because the later in the day that it gets hot. So I am Sharitha. I'm coming to you live right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. The beautiful, hot city of Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't even know what time. Let me see what time it is right now. It's 7:30 and it's about 80 degrees out here already. Because it's going to get up to a high of 107. Okay, I found a little bit of shade or a little bit of where it's not so bright. But the question of the day that I'm trying to, that I am answering today, it is for Sunday, June the 3rd, 2018. And that question that we were proposed to in the closed Facebook group, that question was, how often do I say I love you? Well, I must say not often enough. That's the answer to the question. But I am going to expand on that answer, or I'm going to elaborate on my answer. I'm trying to get the sun out the way. Whew, it's hot. I am sweating and it's hot out here, but it's not as hot as it's going to get. So let me go ahead and finish this question of the day. I'm going to try to sit so the sun is not beaming on me. Whew, I got the windows down. Whew, my truck don't have no air. And there's a small breeze coming through. So I got to go ahead and try to get through this answer. And so the question was, how often do you say I love you? And I must say not enough. And I say that, and I had wrote down a couple of notes, so I'm going to refer back to my notes. And first of all, I'm going to start back with my childhood. And it goes as far back as my childhood when I was growing up. My mom, or my dad, I was raised up by my mom. I lived with my mom, but early in life, when I was younger, I don't know as far back. I know as far back as when I was 4. I used to always go with my dad. But then all of a sudden that had changed. That stopped. It was never explained to me why I stopped being around my dad. It was never brought to my attention what was the problem, if there was a problem. So as a child, I began to figure things out on my own in the view of a child. And as I got older, I still kept that viewpoint. It was never explained. And so as a child, my father kept me until a certain age. I think it was about 5 or 6 is when I stopped being around my dad. But then my mother, she got married to her first husband, and I didn't see love there. I didn't see love coming from my mother. I didn't see love. Well, my father, I would say my mother and my father, they had their own way of showing me their love. But as a kid, I was never told. I don't remember. I wasn't told I love you. Those 3 simple words. I love you. And so, yes, that carried over into my adulthood. It did. And it still has carried over today. And so, and I'll try to explain that as well. But like I said, as a child, I was not told I love you. And this is coming from, um, which my mother might say something different, which I don't think she can, because I'm telling the facts. And the fact is that, you know, I think we brought this up to my mother years ago, and it goes back as far as how she was raised. And so, I can't argue over how she was raised because I wasn't there. I don't know. And so, I know how I was raised. I was not raised in a loving family growing up. And also one of my siblings, when I was younger, my sibling, I mean, I remember this like it was yesterday. I wasn't shown love. I mean, I felt picked on. She used to always pick on me. And then, even after I became an adult, she picked on me then. And I remember one day I finally said to myself, I said, wow. I put it to the test. I said, I'm going to go around this individual, I'm going to go to this event, and I'm just see if she says something. Sure enough, she always finds something negative to say. And so, there was a final straw that I had. So, with that situation, I was never found love. Um, I was never, not one time I found love, I was never given love or shown love as a child, never understood because I didn't experience it. Now, as I got older, and I noticed it, but I never connected the dots, I never understood. But now, as I continue to go through my personal development, I'm learning more about myself. Whereas, also to further go on, far as my marriage, I acknowledged it then there. I acknowledged it in that situation as well when I was married. I'm still married now, but when I was in the relationship. Now, my husband, I must admit, he loves hard. He loves very hard. I mean, he expressed his love, he showed his love. And me, I had my own way of showing love, and that was through the things that I've done for him. But as far as the words, and that's the question of the day, how often do I say I love you? Even within my marriage, I did not say I love you often enough. And that goes to say, or I say that because I also noticed that we cannot, or I cannot, give what I don't have. I tried to explain that to him and he wasn't trying to listen. And so, moving right along, as it relates to my children, I recently, within the last couple of years, and that's when I sat down with my children. I explained to them when I found out that this world is based on love. Whether you give it or receive it, the bottom line is love. Okay, and I know this now, that the more love that we give, the better this world will be. But it's very sad that, no, I was not given love as a child, but it's my duty, it's my responsibility, now that I understand, now that I know what I've been through, is to share love with my children. Which I just recently had a conversation with my oldest daughter, because we observed a conflict among the two of us, and she did share with me as I was raising my oldest two, and she indicated that, I did not say I love you as often as I should to my children, which now I'm implementing. I told my kids, I said, look, okay, for example, when I dropped them off at school, you get out this car, you say, I love you. I say, I love you. Um, and I explained to them, trying to call. I explained to them, we never know when the next time, when the next time that we'll see each other. So it's important to share the love, or say that you love each other, that we love each other, and this is a stepping stone. It's a stumbling block, you know. It is, I can't blame my past for how I'm living my present. But sometimes your past do impact your present. So it's a challenge for me as I continue to go through my personal development. It's to say I love you more often. But at this, there go that but. At the same time, I'm uncovering my hurt, my pain, my past. Because it's impacted my present. So, with that being said, oh, I still got a little bit more to say. I got a little bit more because I got some more notes here. And I just hope that YouTube don't crash the video again. So, also, my family. With right there, majority of my family is on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. But, a few of those relationships are need repair. Now, some relationships is just I just leave that relationship alone. But as it relates to how often do I say I love you, and in my immediate family, when I say not just my family and my kids, because I discussed that a little bit, but with my immediate family, far as my siblings and my mother, my father, he passed away in 2002. Um, my immediate family, far as my siblings and my mother, we don't say I love you. There ain't nothing to cover up. I'm being honest. It's just don't. I think we need a counseling session, but we don't. We don't say I love you. There has been several relationships, and so moving right along. With that being said, um, I I will say that I don't know what to say about that one. That one is deep. You know, we don't say I love you more often. Well, how often do I say I love you to my family? I don't. That's the answer to that question. But I do feel that God has placed different situations in my life to open my eyes to see. And I realized when I watched this documentary called The Secret, that's when my interpretation, one of my interpretation from The Secret is that this world is based on love. Regardless if you give it or you receive it, it's love. Love is what makes the world go round. But because there's so much hatred, you know, um, that's where that's where many of the problems come. The hatred that's in many people's hearts. And so, and I know I'll have a lot of baggage that I have to uncover. And I'm working on that. I finally realized that I had to go through a personal development in order to change myself. I have to work on me. Instead of me focusing on other people, or instead of me saying what's wrong with the world, I have to look at and see what's wrong with Marcy. What's wrong with Miss Jackson? What's wrong with me? And I acknowledge that. I'm going through a personal development. And I must say, I have a dog named Max. And I'm telling you guys, I think God has placed Max in my life. Because originally, Max was my daughter dog, Miracle. Miracle brought this dog to our house. She brought the dog in a bag and set the dog. Well, I didn't know what it was. She said, set the bag on my bed. And Max has been with me since I think September 2014 or 2000, no, 2013. Max came September 2013, and over these last 4 years, my dog Max has shown me so much love. And it's a matter of me. I have love for Max. I think that's why he's attached to me. As a matter of fact, as I speak right now, he right here in the back of my truck. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, he laid back there. Y'all see him right there? There you go. He follow me everywhere I go, as long as he can go. And they say, a pet will bring out the love in you. And I think that's what God is doing since over all these years. It took me a long time to realize that this world that we live in is based on love. So every opportunity I get, you know, to say I love you to someone, I do that. But it's a journey, and it's my journey. So, okay. Now, I must also say, I'm in this closed Facebook group, and in this group, I'm telling you, I just feel as though this group is so amazing. The group is called Live Masters. And, I get so much, I get more support of quote unquote love from the group than I get from my own family. And that's okay. Because, like I said, I'm on a journey, and each person on this planet, each person on this earth is on their own personal journey as well. So, I got to just make the best of it. So, My question, I always say, one thing when I got this question that came up, I said, where's the love at? It's inside of me. Where's the love at? It's inside of me. So I am just finding myself. Now I'm beginning to ramble, but I thought this was a really deep conversation. This is a really deep question. I still don't feel as though that I've fully answered the question. So, um, how often do I say I love you? And the answer to that is not often enough. Understand why? Um, and it's from my past, but I'm working on changing that because I cannot allow my past to impact my present and change my future. So through my personal development, I'm working on me, working on changing because I do know this world is based on love. Yes, it is. And I truly believe that actually God wants each and every one of us on this planet to come together as one. No matter what race you come from, no matter what family you come from, no matter what. Because the common thing that people don't realize, I mean, I can't say what other people realize or not, but one thing I realized, and when I watched that movie called The Secret, because I know my heart, and the one thing I realized, and I've said this, is that this world is based on love. And that's deep. So, um, I really want to keep on expounding on the question, but I guess I end it there. That's on my mind too, is that as the more we share love with this world, we become a better place. So instead of me worrying about what's going on outside the world, what's going on with other people, I'm focusing on myself because as I begin to implement my change will impact the world. I don't know if that resonated with you or if you can relate to what I'm saying. Go ahead and like my video, comment with positivity, share the video as well, and then subscribe so that you'll know the next time when I upload another video. How often do you say I love you? It's a good question. So I just hope everyone